The next move is number 65 in Laozi Yilu. You've just done high pat on horse. So you, like this, come down, turn, this is waving lotus. The move here, there's an inward, this is just like it's a silk reeling exercise. You're bringing this in too. You're closing, opening. This hand follows the dantian. Now this is a cranking move. So if we're fighting in close and I manage to get his hand here and I crank and down. So this is moving in. The right hand here is moving down as this is cranking. So that's a chinna move. Now you can take this to extreme. This kind of move, if he comes in with a punch, you can block, punch, block, strike. One more time, slow motion. Okay? This particular move is chinna. So if he comes up and grabs me, down he goes. Down. Okay? This particular move against a punch, take down. Slow motion. Down. Now, instead of taking down this way, you can also do the rest of that move and take down that way. When your hands move this way, and we've seen this in other movements, but when, for example, here, and then I come down this way with both hands. If Tom did a lunge punch in, all I have to do is then push, and down he goes. So that, anytime you see your hands coming this way, in this particular situation, it's a push over the leg very easily. Now if it isn't a takedown, then if he punches, it could just be a strike. Powerful strike to the side, to the stomach, whatever's open at that time. I prefer the takedown myself. I think that's more effective. The movement then goes to here. Comes in with a trying to take down, grapple situation, and I would come down and strike. It's possible that we're in a fighting situation up close and I'm able to bring him down here and strike. So that is part of the movement of the hands. This kind of a move would, in a grappling situation, could mean bringing his head around, setting him up for the strike. Oh. If he came up from behind, trying to grapple a little bit, and I come under here, and then I wanted to sweep, that's what that kick can mean. Getting a good workout today.
Absolutely.
So that, again, is not necessarily a kick, although it can be. It could be against someone behind you turning and whoop, kicking. But I like the sweep aspect of this. Punch the crotch. It's a punch downward. And so pretty much it means what it implies. He comes in with a punch, punching the crotch. The next move is white ape offers fruit. Cranking, and then you step up. Both hands crank, both hands following the dantian, pivot, and up. If he's grabbed here, I'm going to crank here, and I'm going to take this hand and take him up. So pull in here, push out on the elbow. If we're fighting and he comes in with a punch, I manage to get his hand and bend this up. I get him in a very untenable situation here where I can kick, I can knee, and that's what this can mean. If we're here, the cranking, both sides, can also be here. I'm cranking on this hand cranks, and that can mean turning over. This also, if he punches in, can mean an uppercut. One more time. It can also mean an uppercut with a kick. If you're bringing this up, that means a kick is in store. Bam, kick. Kick to the knee. If you're ever in a push hand situation and you can lock that elbow like this, raise up, you open him up for all kinds of possibilities from there. This particular move also implies, against a punch, elbow strike. Sparrow dashes Earth Dragon. Anytime you see this move in a form, it can be against a punch, a break. When you get to the point where it's turning down like that, of course, we've seen it many times in the series, that's a takedown, armbar. He punches in, punch to the stomach. Slow motion. Oh. He punches in, step here, and take down. The next move is step up to 7 stars. Tom comes in, punches, I dive down, come up, that's a takedown. From here, step back and ride the tiger. Down, up, out, in. So you're here, down, so you see the wave of energy coming up the body from here. Sink, pull down, close into the right gua. You're on your toe on the left. If he comes in with a chokehold, this is a good way to break the chokehold. Go ahead and do that again. Choke a little bit. Don't let go. Okay. Chin na as well. He comes up and grabs, and down he goes. So, this can be different things. It can be this, against a chokehold. Yeah. Break it. Use a little more fa jing, you can do a little more damage. Break it a little quicker. Another thing this is, chokehold, and I strike the chest. Boom. This move, strike the chest. That can also be, it doesn't have to be against a chokehold. It can just be in a fight. He comes in with a punch, strike. You can use the energy of pluck in a lot of these movements. Pluck is pull down. So if he came in here and I came here as I moved over, that is pluck. And that's very effective in a real combat application. So look for ways to use these energies. You come down as I step. If he was punching me, this is a good way to use the step back and close into the gua, turning the waist to dantian to effect that movement. There's another application for this, for this move. If he came up and strangled, I could take his little fingers, and I could twist them over like this. Now, I'm not going to do it hard, but if I was able to get them, and usually you can, and you then went, that would break the fingers. And very likely,
I wouldn't choke you anymore.
In the fight. At least set him up for other damage. So it's the rolling that you would use on that when you got the fingers in your hand. One of the applications of this is he comes up behind me and I elbow as I move. Another one, someone coming up behind you and groin strike. All this is possible from these movements. The next move in Ride the Tiger is coming in like this. Now, in like this against a punch, boom. You can slap the elbow, slap the wrist this way, slap the elbow that way, and you can cause damage. Against a knife attack, he comes in, had to use a real knife on this one. So this move is also you strike the outside of the hand, the inside of the wrist, and it causes the knife to fly out. So that's another application of this part of Step Back and Ride the Tiger. In the traditional form, it ends facing the opposite direction to where you began. So you turn, kick, it's called turn body double wave lotus. From here, this pivot could be, if you step in and maybe we're fighting, maybe you come up close here and I pivot. Take down. And I'm just pivoting, throwing. Now, if he punched here, kick, and you kick. Now another move for this, of course, we've seen this in a lot of forms. This, when the arm lags back like this, he punches and I break it. Now if his foot is over this way, then I can sweep. So part of this could be a sweep as well. Break, sweep. When you turn and are here, I could be catching a punch and takedown. Setting up this move, again, just like the earlier version. He comes in and punches, boom, kick against the head. He punches the other side, sweep. One of the final moves in the form is cannon right overhead. So you've come here, come down, crank, and fire 2 punches. Breaking down this movement, we're fighting, and I take him down. Pull back, he punches, and I break the arm. He steps and punches, and I take him down. Just stepping in front makes a big difference. Let's do that without the takedown and show the entry. He steps and punches. I mainly just need to get in front of him here and then just sweep down like the form, and he's going to go over my leg. Now here you're cranking. And that could be against a grab, cranking. Oh. You're fine. You sit back here, and this sitting back, you're putting the ground into the shoulder. He comes in with a punch, and boom, shoulder him away. The next move is, so this has several applications. First one is just punch. 2 punches, double damage. Now you don't wind up for that punch. These are different applications right here. The punch can come from right here. It doesn't have to start down here. if he punches and I am here, now I can, it looks like a punch going this way, a double punch, but actually it's a push too. And down he goes. Another application of this is he comes in and punches and I'm here and I do a forward turning type of an elbow here and I really do some fa jing to break it. So I would get him in this lock and then push it forward. Buddha's warrior finishes the form, and then there is closing the form. Closing the form uses the same downward energy as commencing the form. Against a choke, downward energy. If he was on this side of me, just for video purposes, and he came in, even with the choke, I could come up here and take him down. Put a little fa jing into that, and he's on the ground and maybe with a injured shoulder. So it's the same thing as if we're fighting, he punches here, if I come here and go down. Same thing. We work on the energies in the form in a fighting situation, and sometimes in the form you also practice because when the time comes, someone is choking me or something, and I can do this, I'm going to put that fa jing into it, close down good, and do some damage. Nothing else, maybe his face will go into the floor. And from there, the form ends. You're back in Wuji. We've come to the end of Laozi Yilu, and we have uncovered hundreds of fighting applications. There are still more, and we will get to that in future DVDs. But I'd especially like to thank Tom Reevy. Thank you for being in the series.
No problem, thank you.
And my ace camera people for the series, Nancy, my wife, and Sean Ledig, not my wife. All right, thank you very much.